Dante versus Spawn. The legendary devil hunter from Devil May Cry, who is dedicated to killing all the demons out of revenge for the death of his mother, and a Hellspawn warrior from Image Comics who fights against the forces of heaven and hell to protect humanity. But if these two met and fought each other, who would win? Dante is the half-human, half-demon son of Sparta, inheriting his demonic powers, which he uses with a variety of weapons in the games. He's an exceptionally powerful character with a wide array of abilities and strengths that make him one of the most formidable figures in the gaming universe. Dante possesses enhanced strength, speed, agility, and durability far beyond that of a normal human. He can perform incredible feats such as jumping great heights, running at superhuman speed, and enduring massive amounts of damage, including being impaled through the heart most of his iterations, brushing it off like nothing. And thanks to being the son of the legendary demon warrior Sparta, Dante has access to demonic powers that he can tap into to increase his physical attributes and gain new powers such as generation and increased strength. Dante also has access to a demonic transformation known as Devil Trigger, an ability that enables him to transform into a more demonic creature that greatly enhances all of his abilities such as strength, speed, and regeneration. And in Devil May Cry 5, when Dante absorbed a rebellion with a Sparta sword, he was able to unlock a much stronger Devil Trigger transformation known as Sin Devil Trigger. While in this form, Dante becomes pretty much invulnerable, providing much faster movement, speed, and higher physical strength. In terms of combat, Dante is known to be a highly skilled fighter, proficient in various forms of combat, including swordsmanship and firearms. He wields multiple weapons such as his iconic twin pistols, Ebony and Ivory, his iconic blade, the Rebellion, and a variety of other melee and powerful weapons such as Alistair, which grants him lightning speed, Agni and Ruda, which grants him the ability to manipulate fire and wind. The Cerberus, another of his weapons, allows him to manipulate ice, fire, and lightning. The Nevan, another infamous weapon in his arsenal, allows him to manipulate sound, electricity, and even bats. Using his melee-type Balrog, he can manipulate Hellfire to deliver fiery blows to his enemies. Dante's Quicksilver effect allows him to slow down time, enabling him to move faster in order to evade coming attacks and deliver quick blows. He can even manipulate time with the Bangle of Time, which simply allows him to stop time itself. Dante has faced and defeated a number of extremely powerful beings, including demons that rival gods. He defeated Nightmare, a demon that can destroy and lift the demon world. He's defeated Argosax, a demon as powerful as Mundus, who can warp reality at a universal scale, warp minds, and stop time as well. And one of his greatest feats has to go down to defeating Mundus, a godlike demon who ruled the demon world for 2,000 years. The majority of Dante's battles tend to be world-ending scale, as the majority of his enemies threaten to conquer the world or even alter it for their own gain. It's these types of fights that help showcase a lot of Dante's strength and resolve over time. However, despite all of his feats and strengths, Dante does have his weaknesses, the main ones being that his own arrogance and cockiness. Dante's cocky behavior and mindset in situations has been used against him in many situations by some of his more smarter enemies. Dante is also prone to fatigue if he is in a prolonged battle against enemies that are more powerful than him or of equal strength. This basically makes Dante's healing factor work over time, which sets him up to become a much easier target for his enemies. Overall, Dante is pretty much one of the most powerful characters in the gaming universe. But let's talk about Spawn now. If there is one opponent that Dante could have a lot of struggle with, it's most definitely the King of Hell himself, Al Simmons, or more commonly known as Spawn. Spawn is definitely one of the most powerful, complex, and most unpredictable characters in Image Comics. Spawn possesses immense physical strength, enabling him to lift and throw heavy objects and engage in combat with supernatural opponents. He possesses enhanced speed, agility, and reflexes, making him a formidable fighter, which coincides with his intense military history experience during his time as a mercenary. Spawn is also able to regenerate from injuries rapidly, being able to grow back lost limbs thanks to his necroplasm energy. This necroplasm is what fuels Spawn's powers, which allow him to manipulate energy for various purposes, including creating weapons of his own and even teleportation. He's even in possession of an insane amount of other powers, such as being able to control all elements, time manipulation, and even being able to manipulate the mental state of others, driving them to the point of insanity. He can even alter his appearance using his shape-shifting abilities, and can even create various forms and weapons from his own body, such as chains, spikes, etc., you name it. Spawn also possesses a badass arsenal of weapons, which includes his AK-30 rocket launcher, a brimstone cannon, a burst missile launcher, a madcap submachine gun, a necroplasm gun, and a sawed-off shotgun. He even has the K7 Letha, which can drain people and beings of their powers. Spawn also has an incredible amount of feats in the comics, and such feats include the time he killed Malbogia by cutting off his own head, the time he killed a version of a Hellspawn, and when he managed to defeat Urizen, who was literally an immortal god from the beginning of the universe and existed before heaven and hell. Although it did take both heaven and hell to join forces to stop him since he was tremendously powerful. He's even battled and killed other Hellspawns, showing who the superior Hellspawn truly is. One important detail to point out as well is that Spawn is basically immortal, meaning he can't die of old age or any form of disease, making him a formidable and dangerous foe for anybody who tries to get in his way. However, despite all of his formidable powers, Spawn does have his weaknesses. His abilities are limited by the amount of necroplasm he has, meaning that if he uses too much, he can risk becoming weaker or even losing his powers. His association with Hell also puts him vulnerable to wholly angelic weapons and attacks from celestial beings. However, he eventually was able to become immune to that, as he was able to reconfigure reality and undo his own death. But Spawn's main weakness is that of his own emotional and psychological struggles, meaning Spawn's emotional turmoil and instability could weaken his resolve and focus, affecting his powers and decision-making focus. In terms of power level, Spawn is mostly considered the most powerful character in Image Comics, rivaling even other superhero icons. All of Spawn's abilities allow him to confront both supernatural and physical threats, making him a versatile and dangerous character to go up against. So now that we've talked about Dante and Spawn, who would actually win? Honestly, it's a very tough decision, as these two are extremely formidable characters with insane feats and abilities. Both are also immortal beings that are difficult to kill, and both have taken on the most intense beings in their own universes. Dante vs Spawn will be a close match, but in the end, it's likely only one will survive this battle. And in my honest opinion, Spawn wins. Dante is an overpowered character, and although he's taking on some powerful demons that rival gods, his skill, strength, and feats may not be enough to even kill Spawn, as Spawn is basically a different level far above Dante. Although Dante wouldn't make it easy, it would actually put up a pretty good fight. Spawn would ultimately still win. But what do you guys think? Who do you guys would think would win? And if I missed anything, feel free to let me know in the comments.